What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alex Costa and today's video is extremely important because I want to make sure that you guys who are in your 20s or about to be in your 20s are setting yourselves up for success. I'm in my 30s and when I look back, there's definitely a few things in my 20s that I should have tweaked in order to have a better life now. So I'm gonna do that for you guys. I want to make sure that you have an amazing life from now on. So that's why today I have a list of habits that you should be building right now to have a better life in the future. By the way, if you're new on this channel, we talk about everything from men's style to grooming, health, and even dating advice. It's my job to help you live a better life, to make you look and feel amazing. If that's something that you're interested in, then hit that subscribe button below. Join the YouTube family that keeps growing because I would love to have you here. Now, the first habit that, man, I really wish I started doing this a little bit sooner is really visualizing my goals. If you're not visualizing your goals in your 20s, you're doing it wrong. When you close your eyes and you visualize what you want, right? You start to create this image. You start to create this movie of future you doing well, hitting the goals that you want, right? That immediately sets you apart from everybody else. That can give you an insane amount of drive because now you see it. It's so close, it's right there. Right? But when you don't know what you want, when you don't know what your goals are, if you're not looking at it, if you're not visualizing, then you don't know where you're going. You don't know where you're headed. You might even be working really hard to go in this direction, but when you close your eyes and really think about it, you need to be going this way. That's your goal. Do this even for small goals. Even if you're not exactly sure what you want, start a vision, follow it, and work towards it. This next one is more important now than ever, and that is learn how to overcome procrastination. Why? Because there are so many distractions out here right now. You have social media, you have dating apps, right? You have meeting up with girls from those dating apps. You have so much entertainment, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, everything going on. All these ads trying to grab your attention, right? There's a lot going on. You're being pulled in so many different directions, but you need to focus, and it's really difficult. I get it. But if you can learn how to overcome this procrastination, how to overcome this loss of focus, then you can really hone into your craft, hone into what you're good at, and crush. So instead of just being like, oh, I'm gonna do my work later, I'm gonna study later because, you know, I'm gonna go on TikTok for a bit, I'm gonna watch YouTube for a bit. Do it now. Watch TikTok later, do whatever it is that you wanna do later, but do your work now. Do not procrastinate because that is a bad habit that you're building. Something that I definitely wish I did sooner in my 20s, and I think you guys will probably resonate, some of you will resonate with this, is I needed to get in the habit of talking to people about meaningful things, meaningful topics, right? I was talking to a lot of people and meeting a lot of people, but it was a lot of small talk, meaningless things. And I wish I went a little bit deeper. Everyone you talk to in your 20s, ask them about themselves. Ask them more. Try to find out who they really are. Not, you know, what do you do? Not, when did you move to LA? Not, what are you up to tonight? Who are you? Tell me more. I want to learn something from you. Try to learn something from everyone that you talk to, and trust me, your life will be so much better. The connections that you make, and also your conversational skills. The truth is, small talk kind of sucks. It's pointless. And speaking of talking to people and making sure that you are learning and growing as a person, I want to take a second here to thank our sponsor today, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online service that will definitely improve your mental health to make sure that you're the best version of yourself. It's one of the best ways to gain access to a licensed therapist, and they're all ready to listen to you, to help you, to make you feel better about your life, right? So you can talk to them. It's not a crisis line, it's not like self-help. It's professional counseling done online, safely, privately. You can start talking to them within 48 hours, and the service is available worldwide. Basically, with BetterHelp, you have access to your preferred therapist anytime you need help, even early in the morning. There are over 12,000 licensed therapists there, which means one of them will definitely be available to talk to you. You can log into your account anytime, send a message to your counselor. You can get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule a weekly video or phone session so that you don't have to wait in an uncomfortable, waiting room for you to talk to a therapist, to talk to a licensed person. Nowadays, especially with us men, right? 95% of the people who watch this channel are guys. Sometimes we think, I don't need to talk to anyone. I got this, but sometimes it's good. Talk to people who are unbiased, who don't know you, who don't know your friends, who don't know the people around you, because Their feedback is extremely important because it's unbiased. It is completely fine for you to let it out, talk to someone and get that feedback so that you can grow as a person. They're not yes people, they're not annoying people, they're there to help. And by the way, besides it all being online, easy to use, very private, so you don't have to get embarrassed or any of that and nobody has to know, it's also affordable. It is very affordable. So I'm gonna leave a link below to BetterHelp so you can go right now and start talking to someone to live your best life. Look, even if you just want a little bit of motivation, positive reinforcement, which, you know, all of us need that in our lives once in a while, BetterHelp is the best way to get it. So make sure to click that link below and go check them out. The next habit that you have to do in your 20s, I'm kind of laughing already because you guys are gonna think this is funny, but it's so true, man. All right, don't come at me. This is the truth. Date a variety of people. I'm just gonna say it. You know what? I have had a few ex-girlfriends and I've learned a lot from those relationships. It didn't work out, and that's okay, you know, but I learned a lot from those relationships and I wouldn't have had it otherwise. So when you date different people, you learn from them, but you also learn a lot about yourself. You learn about who you are and what kind of person you are, right? You might date someone and you think you're this kind of person and then you're like, you know what? We're not alike. I'm different, you're different. I'm gonna go this way. And that's perfect. That's what you want. You want to learn more about yourself. So the more experiences you have, right? The more people that you connect with, the more you understand who you are and who you want to be with. That's extremely important. I know so many guys were like, oh, this is the person, you know, this is the one, my first, and that's it. And then, you know, a year or two later, they're like, oh, I messed up. That was a waste of time. That was bad. Honestly, it's not a waste of time. It is not. You're always learning. My advice is date a variety of people in your 20s. That is the time for you to learn more about yourself. That is a time for you to experiment so that you can have an amazing life later on because you're gonna know exactly who you are, exactly what you want, and who you wanna be. Now, of course, there's gotta be a money habit here in today's video because it is extremely important, right? We can talk about mental health and we can talk about dating and all that, but the truth is, of course, everyone here wants to be successful when it comes to your income levels and your careers. So what I would say is in your 20s, start to save. Start to save now, like do it now. Because the more you save early on, the better it is for later. And I know a lot of people just don't really think about their future selves. They think about themselves now. Oh, well, I could pass away tomorrow. So why am I gonna save money for tomorrow? Who knows what's gonna happen tomorrow? That's also the problem. You could get sick, you could crash your car, a family member could get sick or need your help, right? It's very, very important that you start planning for the future now. The earlier, the better. Now, I'm not saying have a boring life and save all of your money for later on. What I'm saying is live a great life, but live within your means and then just save a percentage, maybe 10, 20% of that, save it, invest it, because later on, trust me, the older you will think. But the truth is, money isn't really gonna do much for you in your 30s if your health is going down the drain. What you need to do in your 20s as well is exercise regularly. You have to make sure that you are healthy. Start building those habits, those healthy lifestyle habits. Eating healthy, exercising, right? Maybe have a hobby, some type of sport, something that you play on the weekends with your friends. Be active. Make sure that you're going to the doctor for a checkup at least once a year. And yeah, I'm looking at you, the guy who goes to the doctor every 3, 4, 5 years. That is not good enough. Make sure that you're building these healthy habits now in your 20s because trust me, in your 30s, it's a whole different ball game. I mean, it's a lot harder, you know, to be lean, to be buff, to be healthy in your 30s than your 20s. Trust me, go ahead and start that now. Now, when it comes to living healthy, it's not just about eating healthy, working out, and going to the doctor. Of course, if you have bad habits, you gotta kick them. It's gotta end before your 30s. Otherwise, you're set for life with those habits. You're gonna continue to do that. And I'm talking about smoking too much, drinking too much, or doing whatever else that you do in your 20s, experimenting with things. That's gotta go. You know, I think smoking a cigar here and there with your friends, that's fine. Drinking a margarita, you know, when you're on vacation, a mojito, that's fine. Or a nice glass of whiskey with a friend, that's completely fine. Once in a while, in moderation. Just make sure that you're kicking a bad habit. As long as it's not a habit, you're okay. As long as it's just social, just for fun once in a while, you're okay. Once it becomes something that you have to do all the time, That's not good. If you build these habits in your 20s, trust me, your 30s, 40s, 50s, and so on will be so much better. Speaking of better, make sure to check out BetterHelp. It's listed in the description below. They have everything you need there. It's betterhelp.com/Alex Costa. Go talk to someone, let it all out. Trust me, it'll be super helpful. If you guys enjoyed this video, then hit that subscribe button below, hit that like button, and of course, you can find me on TikTok and Instagram at Alex Costa. You're gonna find me there. Check it out. I'm posting a lot of TikToks, posting a lot of Reels, really enjoying it. Hopefully you guys are too. Thank you so much for watching. See you again soon. Peace.